afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, managing partner with Levinson and Associates. We speak every week about new webinars, new topics, new subjects, and we try to keep the webinars as informative as possible for all of our agents. And I think if you look at some of our archived webinars, the proof is in the pudding. And we try to come up with something spicy, typically something to help you change your practice. That's on the life insurance, annuity, long-term care, critical illness side, basically everything but health insurance. And, we feel it's so important to keep our agents in the loop every step of the way, okay? And that has to do with products, carriers, technology, new rules, new guidelines. In this case, it's these Department of Labor changes and updates. So even if you've never sold an annuity before, or you're one of our top annuity agents out in the field, this webinar is for you, okay? So at the end, we're going to show you some new sales opportunities, okay? So you can use some of these DOL changes to your advantage and spark up some annuity sales. So even if you've never sold an annuity before, please call us. Josh Hoffman in our office heads up our annuity division, and he will literally do every single part of the annuity transaction except sell the product to your client. That's where we cannot get involved, but he will give you all of the tools and equip you so you can go out and be dangerous and make an annuity sale. Okay, lots of money to be made here. As you know, turnaround time is quick. You literally get an application in and out and get paid in some cases within a week if everything is clean. So great opportunity to make a few bucks. If you've been in the annuity side for a long time, Josh is very well experienced, 25 years now, CLU, CHFC, Masters in Business. He worked for several home offices on the annuity comparison desk. So take advantage of Josh, leverage him, okay, and go out and make some annuity sales. Okay, so just a few more things that I want to mention before we move forward on today's presentation. As you can see, we're talking about some of these new DOL rules, everything that you'll need to know, some basic training steps, updates, and of course, new sales opportunities. And what we have done for our agents is we went out and found the top annuity consultant that advises several different home offices on the annuity side. His name is Christopher, and he's joining us today. He knows the new DOL changes like the back of his hand, so everybody is going to walk away with some great information today, and most important, a new idea to make some more sales on the annuity side, or make even your first sale on the annuity side. So whatever that means, I hope everyone takes out a pen and paper, takes down some notes, and of course calls us with any questions. One more thing I'm going to mention, and then I'm going to introduce Kerry Levinson, our president, who's also on with us today. I think it's very, very important that everybody understands there's tons of marketing companies out there. In fact, we have 3 right in our professional campus here, and they're sending out marketing, e-blasts, mailers. They're doing various webinars, and they're saying must be equipped with our DOL ready platform, and you must work with us, and we're going to hold a point of your commissions, but we're giving you this turnkey DOL ready platform. And please don't listen to the hype. Don't get caught in some kind of misconception about a certain platform. And we've been doing this since 1972, if there's any major changes that are going to take place, we are going to keep you in the loop. That's our promise to you since 1972, and that will never change, okay? So you can be assured of that, and that's really the main reason why we wanted Kerry Levinson to join us. We brought in our special annuity consultant, Christopher, from the other part of the country, just so everybody feels comfortable with these changes that are going on. Okay, so sit tight. We have a great presentation for you today. So without further ado, I'm going to welcome Kerry Levinson, our president. He's going to say a few words, and then we'll move forward. Kerry?
Bill, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. As many of you know, I don't normally speak on the webinars on Thursday or Friday. However, I did mention to Bill and Joe that I would like to just chat with you for a minute or two. There's so many agents that come into our office who are in South Florida. There are agents I speak to every day that are absolutely panic-stricken over this DOL and what it represents and what it's going to mean to each of their sales platforms and how their entire practice is going to change and how this is such a terrible thing. We want you, if nothing else, we want you to know that A, there is not a reason to panic, and B, anything that you need to know, as Bill says, for the last 45 years or so, anything that you need to know in regard to the life insurance and annuity industry, we are going to bring to our field force, to our agents. There's absolutely no reason to change anything that you're doing. There are going to be some minor modifications as we understand it. However, we get emails every single day, sometimes several a day, from our competitors, and they're saying that you need to spend this amount of money and you need to make these changes. Come sell annuities with us, and we'll make sure that you're all set. Well, guess what? We don't want any of your money. We want to earn your business. We're going to provide you, as Bill says, we have one of the top annuity experts and consultants in the annuity industry, and he has agreed to work with us in the annuity marketplace, and we are going to give you whatever information that's as current can be today to share with you, so that you can see that there is absolutely not a reason for anyone to panic who's selling annuities. And as Bill mentioned, if you are not selling annuities, it might be an ideal time for you to begin in the annuity arena. It's a fantastic marketplace, and quite frankly, I feel always will be. So with that said, everyone please take a deep breath. We're going to prepare you for annuity sales. There's no need to panic, and get ready to listen to Chris, because he's absolutely phenomenal. Bill, thank you so much, and I'll turn it back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Kerry. Great job. We appreciate your insight. Okay, so also what we have done is we've taken some proactive steps and built a Levinson Annuity Resources section on our kerrylevinson.com website. So we have a bunch of consumer-approved material. We have various e-blasts, videos that you can use out there in the field to talk about fixed and indexed annuities. So we have put together everything for you. We have various quote engines. We have a forms engine. Everything that you need is at your fingertips. So as soon as you go to kerrylevinson.com, you just hover over that annuities button, which is second from the top there, right next to products, and then you will see a complete drop-down menu. And everything that you're looking at is catered to you and has to do with annuities. Okay, so anything annuity related is right there in front of you, all updated in real time. Okay, various client-approved material, PowerPoints, videos that you can use for your clients, everything that you'll ever need. If you want anything custom branded or co-branded, let us know too, and we can help you with that as well. So on the left side there is more consumer-approved material. On the right side is annuity training, okay? And those are archived webinars or various carrier videos that demonstrate, say, a indexed annuity with Equitrust or whatever the carrier and product is. Everything is right there at your fingertips. And if something new comes out down the road, you'll see it in that spot first. Okay, so, and again, if you need any help around the website, if you need any help with a certain presentation, maybe you're visiting a client tonight and you're talking about an indexed annuity, just call or email Josh and we will make sure to get you up and running. Okay, also what we've done, because of all this DOL talk and some of these minor changes, we have built a DOL resource page that's also in that same drop-down menu there. So all of the DOL resources from our various companies is going to be on the bottom section in black, and then we just kind of give you an overview at the top section, okay? And like I said, we brought in Chris as a consultant, so he's available. Josh Hoffman is going to be your go-to. We have developed a team that will make you DOL ready without having to go in your pocket and pay a DOL prep fee or take a haircut on your commissions. You know, let's face it, okay? We know it's very tough being an independent agent out there. There's no guaranteed salaries. The last thing you need to do is take a haircut on annuity commissions or pay a DOL prep fee out of your pocket, even if it's only $1,000 or $500. So the point is, we have done everything. We went in our pockets to make sure that our agents are DOL ready. So you don't have to worry about a thing on that side. Okay, so again, check out our website and make yourself comfortable around that whole annuity drop-down, because there's tons of information that you can utilize. What we've also done is we made some minor changes to our annuity sales contest. So Joseph Lochran, our marketing vice president, is going to give you a quick 100-foot overview of our latest 2017 annuity sales contest, and then we're going to start right in with our presentation and introduce you to Chris. So Joe will start right now, and then I'll introduce you to Chris, and he'll take it from there. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Real quickly here, of course, everyone on the call will receive an email with a copy of our Levinson and Associates Kick Assets sales contest. So this is pretty neat. It actually runs for a calendar year based on your annuity production, and we have a couple different levels, and I'll start at the top here. Basically, whenever you write and place $100,000 of that annuity business, we actually give you complimentary E&O coverage for 1 year, which is a specialized E&O carrier that actually covers B+ or better rated carriers. So with a lot of the annuity companies we work with, some of them may be B or B+ rated. That B+ rating is going to be covered underneath that E&O policy. You can actually apply right from the website. If you already have an E&O policy in effect, or maybe you recently purchased one, we'll give you the cash equivalent, which is $400. Moving down the line here, if you write an additional $250,000, we give you complimentary annuity leads, which is a complete turnkey system allowing you to track all those different annuity leads that are going to be coming into your email. Or if you already have an annuity lead program set up, you'll get that cash equivalent, which is $500. The third step is for $500,000 of additional premium. You can actually choose either from a 3-day cruise package or a Las Vegas vacation package with all expenses paid. Or if you don't like to travel, we'll give you that cash equivalent of $1,000. And at the very, very bottom there, additional $750. We actually put together a tech package, which actually includes an Apple iPad, iWatch, and a MacBook, or if you want Beats headphones, if you already have some of those Apple devices, or you get to choose from any one of those vacation packages, but they're actually improved. Instead of a 3-day cruise package, it's a 4-day cruise package or a VIP Vegas vacation package. So if you don't want any of those goodies, you can actually get the $1,500 cash equivalent. So a lot of great things to choose from depending on the annuity production. Of course, this will be emailed out to everybody on the call, so you can take a look and kind of see where your annuity production is tracking for 2017.
Yep, and keep in mind, all of those great incentives, that's above and beyond your GA level commission, okay? So it's not like we reduce your commissions and then say, hey, you know, if you write $100,000, you'll qualify for this great cruise or Vegas getaway. So you're winning on both ends with us, as you know. Okay, so first off, I do want to thank everybody. We actually have a record number of attendees today, so that tells me a lot, okay? Our life and annuity agents are willing to learn and hear more about these changes and these new sales opportunities. So I love to see that, and I want to personally thank everybody on the call. So we're going to first start off with Chris, and then when he's done, we're going to talk about our new lead program for life and annuities, and then we'll talk about some of these new sales opportunities where you can turn these maybes into yeses. So I think you're going to love some of the stuff that's coming. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce a friend of mine, an annuity expert in the field, an advisory for some of our major annuity insurance carriers. So without further ado, Christopher.
Guys, thank you so much. Bill, I really appreciate it. Josh, Joe, and Carrie, I really appreciate you guys taking the time and everything so we can jump into this. I just want to confirm that you guys can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen right now?
Yes, we could, Chris.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I'm happy to see so many people on this call today as we discuss the fiduciary rule and how to be compliant here for 2017. And if you notice the title here that we have on this presentation, I do have it labeled Compliance for 2017 because this is really going to affect how you're doing business from June 9th to December 31st. And I want everyone to keep that in mind. We get a lot of questions about January 1 and what's going to be taking place on January 1. Just keep in mind, we don't know what the future holds right now. So we're going to see what happens. But right now, I'm going to show you how you can comply with this DOL fiduciary rule starting right away June 9th when this does take effect. So folks, let's jump right in. What are we going to cover? Well, real fast, we're going to tell you what you need to know about the DOL rule. We're going to explain PTE 8424 and the impartial conduct standard. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to comply with this rule starting on June 9th, 2017. I'll share a bit of what the annuity carriers are actually telling us and the things that they're saying. And then we're going to look ahead a little bit to see what other changes may be on the way. Well, let's go ahead and get started. What do you guys need to know about the DOL fiduciary rule? I'm sure you've seen a lot of news about it. It's been all over investment news. It's been on CNBC. It's been on television. You've definitely seen a lot of information about it. Here are the basics on what you need to know about the DOL fiduciary rule. Number one, this applies to qualified business only. This applies to qualified business only. So if you're writing an annuity with qualified funds coming from an IRA, a 401k, that's what this rule is going to apply to. Now, starting on June 9th, this has to do with the best interest standard. That is really what's taking effect here on June 9th. And basically what that means is advisors to covered plans must provide advice in the retirement investor's best interest. And what that's really saying is that you have to use certain disclosures to prove that you came to the client's best interest whenever you're sitting down in an appointment with them. Now, a lot of folks get this confused, and I've done this presentation multiple times already, so I added this part to help clear it up. You've heard the word BICE before. You've heard the best interest contract exemption, the BIC form, BICE. It's been a bad word in the annuity field here for the past year or two. BICE is not taking effect until January 1. So you do not need to worry about BICE taking effect as a whole until January 1. Again, lots of things can change until then, so we're keeping our ear on the ground. I know Levinson & Associates is definitely staying on top of any changes going on there. But just so you know, again, right now what we have going on is 8424 and not the BICE rule, and I'll go into that here in just a bit. And another question I've been getting from folks is about commissions. Are we not able to do commission-based products anymore? No, that hasn't changed at all. I actually took this line directly from one of the carriers here because I thought they explained it really well. As a fiduciary, if you are paid a commission on the sale of an annuity product in the qualified marketplace, you must seek relief from a PTE, which is a prohibited transaction exemption, in order to comply with the rule. There are two PTEs, the BICE and 8424. And what's taking effect on June 9th is PTE 8424 for the remainder of 2017. You may be wondering, what is PTE 8424? Well, guys, as I just explained, there are two exemptions out there. Again, BICE and PTE 8424. PTE 8424 is what's taking place on June 9th. No financial institution is required coming June 9th. Nothing like that is required, so this is really a very minor change. But one piece of language that a lot of the companies are using is this line right here that can affect you. A transaction with qualified funds is between the financial professional and the client. And this is important for a few reasons. Again, every carrier is saying it this way. A transaction with qualified funds is between the financial professional and the client. Basically what this is saying is that the agent is responsible for full disclosure and product recommendations in the best interest of their clients. So what this really means is that you, the agent, have to put together disclosures to be compliant. You have to be sure that you're acting in the client's best interest and not making any material misleading statements, as you're now held in a fiduciary capacity. And to prove to you folks how this is a transaction between advisor and client is that carriers don't even want to see the disclosures that you're now completing for each sale. You do not need to send in the disclosures to the carriers at all with your application. You simply have to keep those records for yourself and give a record to the client, and that's all. And that's something we're going to help you out with today on this call, and we're going to get to that here very shortly as well. Going back to the PowerPoint here, I also have that under PCE 8424, you must follow the impartial conduct standard. You've probably seen these terms thrown around here in the past couple of years. The impartial conduct standard says that you have to act in the best interest of your clients, must receive a reasonable compensation, and must avoid making materially misleading statements in all communications and disclosures. And of course, anything of material includes fees, commissions, or conflicts of interest. So what do you need to do to make sure that you're complying with these three things, that you're acting in a client's best interest and that you're not making any misleading statements? Well, I'm about to show you right here. So you do have several responsibilities under the 8424 exemption. Number one, compensation must be disclosed on any annuity sale that you do with qualified money. Remember that this only affects qualified sales. No misleading statements can be used, including in your advertising. You must make a full disclosure of conflicts of interest. What might be a conflict of interest? Well, any trips that a carrier might be offering, bonus compensation, any giveaways, anything like that, they want you to put down into this form that I'm about to show you that you need to use right now. All recommendations you make must be in the best interest of the client. The disclosure statement must be signed by the customer, and any disclosures that you give to the customer, you need to hang on to as an agent for 6 years. That's the key. Hang on to these disclosures for 6 years, either electronically or hold on to the paper copies that you've given to the client. Now, it may seem like a lot of responsibilities here, but all of these responsibilities, folks, can be achieved by using the following disclosures. This first one that you're looking at here is your PCE 8424 disclosure and acknowledgement form. I'm going to pull out my laser pointer real fast. And folks, one thing I want to make clear, because I've done this presentation multiple times, and I've gotten the same questions after doing this. A lot of folks ask me, well, you know, can I use this for all companies? What if I'm selling with company A, and then the next day I sell an annuity with company B? Do I have to use a different disclosure? Remember, you are not sending these disclosures to the company. And the fact of the matter is, you can use any disclosure you want to. We've just already created a template for you to use so you can hit the ground running on June 9th. Now, any disclosure you use has to show 4 things, and that's why I have the laser pointer out here for you right now. It has to show the nature of the relationship between agent and insurance company, has to disclose commission, has to disclose any charges that you have in the annuity contract, and you must disclose conflicts of interest. And if you take a look at the bottom here, folks, there's only 2 pages of this form. Very easy to get done. So the first part here has the relationship to the agent, of the agent to the insurance company. Just a quick paragraph there. The second part discloses commission. You'll simply put down whatever your commission is on the annuity on this qualified sale, and then any trails as well. Page 2 goes a little bit more in depth. You're going to go into charges. So any annuity charges, and I'm going to read line 2 here for you real fast. It says, these may include surrender charges, bonus recapture provisions, market value adjustments, or fees, which is pretty broad when you think about it. It's pretty vague. So here's an example, or here's a tip rather, that I've gotten from multiple carriers. If you've sold an annuity before, you know that every annuity you've sold has a product disclosure form. They're anywhere from 4 to 10 pages long. That product disclosure form has every detail about that annuity available. Has any charges, any surrender charges, bonus recapture, bonus information. It has market value adjustment information. It has every piece of information about fees available. So with this form, we thought instead of writing this down yourself and possibly making a mistake, use the product disclosure form. Any product that you recommend to a client, just keep the product disclosure form, put it in the folder with these disclosures. Create a little bit less work for yourself, if you will. And that is actually advice that I've received from 3 separate companies as well. Instead of writing down the charges that you have on the annuity, keep that product disclosure form. It has all the information about the annuity possible. Finally, on this form, you have your conflicts of interest right here. Again, any conflicts of interest that you run into, anything regarding a trip, if a company is doing some type of trip, any type of giveaway or bonus commission, you just need to disclose that on this form, get a signature at the bottom, and you're done. That is your PCE 8424 disclosure form. And again, you hang on to this form, and you need to hang on to it for at least 6 years. Which brings us to our best interest review form. This is another one that is highly recommended that you folks use. All this form is doing is it's explaining how you came to the conclusion to sell the annuity that you're recommending. And if you look at the first 2 questions, we won't go into great detail, but if you look at the first 2 questions here, they're just asking about the client's risk tolerance. If you look at the third question here, this is a big one. Which of the following personal objectives are most important to you? It asks about accumulation of the asset. If you're looking to accumulate funds, you'd probably get an accumulation annuity. If you're looking for more of an income play, then you'll go with an income rider or some type of income producing annuity. Or maybe you're looking for something just to provide a death benefit. Whatever the client says they're looking for, you just need to check that box. And then in this box here in the middle of the page, you explain some of the surrender charges and some of the different things that you may have had involved with some of the products that you recommended. And then finally at the bottom, explain why you chose the product selected. So let's do a quick example for you. For example, let's say you sold somebody an annuity and you checked off the box death benefit. They wanted this product as a death benefit play on their annuity. Who looks at this might say, I'm confused. Why would you buy an annuity for a death benefit play? Well, you might write down in this box, well, the client just had 2 heart attacks in the past 3 years. They can't qualify for life insurance. They want to leave money to their heirs as a beneficiary. An annuity is the best way to do that. So you would put that information right there in that box. And folks, that is it. I'm going to go back to it right here. You have your PCE 8424 disclosure form as well as your best interest review form. You just need to show and disclose to your clients your commissions, any fees on their product, as well as any conflicts of interest. And then with the best interest review form, you simply show how you came to that conclusion to show that annuity. One other piece that's been created for Levinson and Associates as well is this one-page how to comply with the DOL. Has all this information here that I just talked about, so it's nice, summarized, and in one section for you. And as you can see at the bottom here, I even have underlined, you must retain these disclosures in a client file for a minimum of 6 years. Those are the keys, folks. So really, it's a pretty minor change here for 2017. Just adding these disclosures will keep you compliant for the DOL. As long as you sit with the client, you're talking about qualified funds, you take these disclosures down, you retain them in your records, you're going to be golden. Bill, guys, did you guys have any questions about those disclosures for me at all?
No, actually, Chris, we have, because the number of attendees, we kept the line closed. But what we're going to do is we'll send out an email to all participants that are on the call, and we'll include some of these forms that Chris went over. And of course, pick up the phone. Don't hesitate. Call us. Josh here in our office. We can even get Chris involved if we have to. So feel comfortable to pick up the phone or shoot us an email with any questions. Okay, Chris, do you want to end with anything, or are we all set?
Yeah, I have one more thing I just wanted to go over with guys. If you want to show my screen here real fast, I'd be happy to just jump into these 2 parts here.
Yep.
Perfect, guys. I was just going to give a couple more pieces here. What I'm hearing from the carriers, just because I'm hearing multiple things from the carriers, You might see some changes in some carrier suitability forms. You may see some changes to side-by-side replacement forms. Some carriers are saying that they have no additional forms for 2017, but most of them are saying that there will be a new statement, one single page that just says you're using the PCE 8424 transaction. That is all. And as a suggestion for you guys, I suggest you just pay attention to different carrier emails that are coming out, different trainings and compliance websites as well. I did want to make a big note on this. I have trainings underlined for a reason. The reason I have trainings underlined is because you're going to see a lot of DOL trainings coming from the companies, from the different carriers. Now, keep in mind, if you've sold annuities before, you've probably done product training. If you've done product training, you know you have to complete that before taking and dating an application, and it has to be done before receiving commissions. Well, you're going to see a lot of DOL trainings out there. Don't fear. Those are by choice. You only take those DOL trainings if you have to, or if really you want to and you just want them as a reference. You get paid commissions even if you don't take those trainings, so don't worry about that. And then I was going to say as well that new products like fixed rate deferred annuities are coming out with income riders, and you're also seeing some companies kind of limit their distribution as well on some of the products that are out there. So you will see some product changes happening effective June 9th as well as effective June 12th. And guys, I just wanted to throw out there as well that with this rule, we know what happens in 2017. This is how you need to remain compliant in 2017, but they do expect a lot of changes by January 2018. We don't know if this administration is going to adopt this rule, modify it, delay it, or get rid of it entirely. A lot of things can change by then. But by using these tools, these simple disclosures, you can get this done and be compliant for 2017. Now, I'm just going to offer some quick summary on all of this, guys. Remember, show your work and hang on to it. Document everything. If you're sitting in an appointment now and you use a client profile or a needs analysis, hang on to those pieces. Everything from that client profile to a final recommendation. Make lots of notes so you know why you offered a product to a certain client. Include carrier pieces. Don't add extra work for yourself. Like I said, with those products disclosures, don't write down all the different charges and fees and surrender charges and everything. Just use the carrier pieces that are already included with your application. And remember to store your records for at least 6 years. And finally, I'm going to close with this, guys. Be flexible in this new regulatory environment. This is a minor change. I mean, a couple new disclosures is all you need with just qualified business. It's nothing that gives you too much of a headache. You just got to comply with that. We're all in the same boat together. I like that Bill made a huge point of saying that you're going to see a lot of advertising out there, that some groups are going to say that they have the solution and that there's a big solution out there that they have that no one else does. It's simply not true. We're in a compliance field here. Everybody just has to comply the same way, and that's how it's going to go for 2017. And I think as everyone's been hanging their head down about this, I think we need to embrace this new role as a fiduciary. Many potential clients have heard the chatter a bit about the word fiduciary and what it could mean. Tell your clients what this new standard means for them. Remind them that as a fiduciary, you have their interests above your own, and you're going to help them out today. And Bill, guys, that's pretty much all I have here, as you guys can show them the rest of that information.
Yeah, Chris, great job. And what I love about Chris is he doesn't work for a specific carrier or a certain general agency that only markets one company. He is 100% independent. So, it doesn't come from a better place than the way that Chris spins this message. So that was awesome. Great stuff. We all really appreciate it, Chris. And keep in mind, to all of the agents that are on this call and any of the agents that listen to the recorded version over the weekend or next week, whatever the case is, we will keep you in the loop every step of the way. As soon as, if there's more changes made or some of these changes are taken away for 2018, we're going to be the first ones to have another webinar. We'll bring Chris back on. We'll make sure that everyone is comfortable. So there's no need to get caught up in any of the hype or any of these other marketing pieces that are saying you have to pay this much money and you have to work with us. So just always feel comfortable knowing that we are at the wheel and we're not going to lead you in the wrong direction. Okay, so with that said, I want to again thank Chris. That was awesome. So we do have a new lead program. We have some great new sales opportunities that we're going to show you how to unravel some new annuity business, even if you've never sold an annuity before. We're going to run for about 10 more minutes. We're just about done. I'm going to have Joe take it from here, and then I'll come back on right before the closing. Joe?
Yeah, thanks, Bill. So real quickly here, what you're looking at is actually a screenshot of the Agency Automator platform. What's really neat about this tool is it's unlike anything else in the industry. Not only helps you automate your follow-ups, client emails, it also helps you, like Bill said, uncover new sales opportunities. So with all the different lead programs out there and all the challenges that different agents are facing, we've actually built this over about the last 18 to 20 months and really designed it from the ground up for the insurance agent. So there's really two sides. The first side is where you're looking at right now, which basically kind of hosts and holds all of your client information. So your client's birthdays, policy information, rate classes, anything you need to know about that client to help you market to them on an ongoing basis. You can actually store inside of the CRM platform. You can import any list you have, add new clients on the go. Very simple, very easy to get set up with. So the first part manages all that client data. The second part is actually a built-in email marketing campaign. So it really has two parts. You can actually set up automated, ready-to-send email messages to all of your clients, whether it's an email reminder, maybe a holiday email, maybe a conversion reminder, or maybe an annual policy review. All those different sales opportunities are actually queued up for you inside of that CRM tool. So you can stay on top of your clients, keep your name in front of them, and make sure you're not leaving any business on the table. The really neat part about the platform is it actually has a prospecting tool. What I mean by that is you can go into the system, you can put in your very own zip code. You can say you're looking for clients that are turning, let's say, 65 in the next 6 months. You can put in an income range. You can put in a net worth bracket, and it will actually give you a listing of all those eligible clients within a 25 or 30 or 50-mile radius. All those demographics are up to you to actually pick and choose and move around until you find the right list of clients. You can then send out an automated email to every single one of those clients at the same exact time. Now, what we do is every month we give you 1,000 lead credits in this system, so you can actually go into the platform, pull a list of prospects, and send them one of about, I would say there's probably close to 700 different email campaigns already pre-designed for you. In fact, we're adding a new template that's actually interactive every single week. For this week, we actually put in an interactive annuity email that actually helps clients kind of kickstart retirement planning. There's actually a checklist in there. You'll find client videos, all sorts of neat things to interact with those prospects, so you're keeping your name in front of that client. Now, we do offer this at a no-cost basis for active agents. So if you're interested, again, we'll send out that link after today's call with a recording, so you can actually jump in and start using Agency Automator. But we've had some really, really phenomenal results from every single agent that's been using the program. So a lot of great information there. I highly, highly recommend using that program. Very easy to get started, and we actually do trainings twice a week on the Automator platform. So you'll see here every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we actually have an in-depth training from the developer, the actual software company that we partner with to develop the Automator program. They run for about 35, 40 minutes to kind of help get you up to speed. You'll also notice every Monday and Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we have training on what's called the Automator Plus platform, which is the exact same thing as the Agency Automator, except instead of marketing to prospects, you're actually marketing to other insurance agents. If you have an agency or you want to build a downline, build a hierarchy, and build a sales team, you can use that Automator Plus platform to do just that. So two great programs, extremely turnkey, some of the best CRM tools out in the industry, again, because they're designed specifically for you as an insurance agent or agency. The third webinar here we have is actually the 6th at noon, which is a summer sales idea from Phoenix. We're going to be covering some great concepts, some great ideas, integrating those different Phoenix annuities. And then finally at the bottom here, you'll see on the 7th, which is Wednesday at 2 p.m., we actually are rolling out a brand new lead program, which is pretty neat. It actually delivers real-time leads, and you can pick the demographics based on location, based on income range, based on death benefit amount. So we'll be diving into that program and kind of rolling that out. So stay tuned for that. Again, that is going to be on the 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So great lead resources that are going to be available next week.
Okay, thanks, Joe. We're just about done here. That new lead program that we're launching, very important. Make sure you're on that webinar. That's June 7th. That's the one Joe just went over. Wednesday, June 7th, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. That is exclusive to us, and we're just getting that off the ground. That's above and beyond our mortgage protection platform, our mailer platform on the life side, on the annuity side, even on the health insurance side. So we have all sides covered, but make sure to be on that webinar. And then what we did, above and beyond that, we have this brand new Levinson lead contest. If you wrote just one annuity, okay, either last month or before the 9th of June, then we send you a free batch of these exclusive leads. Okay, one annuity or 5 life applications. Okay, you have until June 9th. It started on May 12th. So if you qualify for that, let us know. We'll send your leads over at no charge. Okay, so with that said, as you know, we're always trying to be innovative. We're always making sure that our agents are one step in front of their competitors. Okay, that's number one, as we all know, and I think we've proven that. You know, first one to come out with an e-app, e-policy delivery, lightning term, the first online client-driven term product in the world. Okay, so we have stood behind that promise, and we're not going to stop here with these new DOL changes on the annuity side, or if it means, you know, new technology, generating leads with a CRM tool, whatever the case is, we are not going to stop here, and that's our promise to you, okay? We have just over 10,000 agents now in every city, so obviously everything is working great, and we are constantly going to make sure that we're moving forward, and we're going to move our agents forward every step of the way. Okay, so always remember that. So with that said, we're going to end with this. I believe in motivation and staying positive day in and day out, and I end every webinar with this because it's so important. Your clients that you're speaking to, if it's face-to-face, over the phone, or through a referral source, great. If you're not in that right state, they're going to sense that, okay, and it's going to affect your sales. So make sure you're positive, okay? Your clients will feel that through a phone call even. It's that positive energy. If that means listening to CDs or DVDs or church radio or going to temple, you know, whatever it is, all I ask you to do is make sure you're in that right state day in and day out, because your sales are going to skyrocket. And just because of that, okay, it works. So I'm going to end with this. My teacher said, no way. My high school friend said impossible. I said I can do this, and I made it happen. Let's all stay laser focused, and always remember, Levinson is at the wheel, and we're going to keep you in front of your competitors every step of the way. Have a great rest of the week, a great weekend, and good selling. Take care.